Hi, I'm Dr. Matt Walker, President of the Dr. David D. Palmer Athletic Trust. The scope of this documentary is to outlay the rich 50-plus year history Palmer College of Chiropractic's rugby program has established. It's my hope, after viewing this documentary, that you will see the depth of history and brotherhood created within Palmer Rugby. And if you're a young athlete who's interested in the healthcare field, you would take advantage of the opportunity to earn a scholarship playing rugby. These scholarships were created by those who came before us in remembrance of the great Dr. David D. Palmer, who founded Palmer Rugby. He once stated that Palmer Rugby would be used as the vehicle to spread the word of chiropractic through athletic excellence.
Palmer Rugby to me is more than just the words. It's a lifestyle, it's a commitment, it's truly a love.
To me, I would say Palmer Rugby is like brotherhood.
Palmer Rugby is a brotherhood.
Camaraderie, family.
The relationships that you build over the years with these guys is unbelievable.
To me, Palmer Rugby is heart, playing hard, doing your best.
Palmer Rugby is dedication.
Excellence, I would say.
Integrity.
Passion.
To me, Palmer Rugby really means tradition.
Palmer Rugby is powerful and enduring.
We were the most unique team in the world because everyone was studying chiropractic. Everyone started and was going to end as a chiropractor.
There's not enough that I can do in my future years to pay forward what the experience that Palmer College of Chiropractic and Palmer Rugby gave me.
And I played flanker in the pack. A flanker hangs off on the side. He's kind of like a parasite, I guess.
He hits, he runs, he does everything. It's the reason why I like number 7 is because I enjoy running and hustling and hitting and tackling and stomping on people. It's a wonderful place to be.
It's a one-on-one battle with that guy across from you.
Well, prop is on the first row. There's what's called a tight 5. There's 5 guys that get real tight together. You have the prop, hooker, prop, and I play the tight head prop.
If you want to equate it to American sports, basketball, I would be a center or a forward. Football, I would be an offensive tackle or a defensive tackle. One of the things that really was a fun part of my life in rugby is I get to run the ball. And by the video, you can tell that I'm not exactly small in stature. So my jobs are designated specifically to line activity in football, and I got to touch, carry, and advance the ball in rugby.
I play wing right now, which is on the outside. You're just running fast lines on the outside and just sporting on the backs. You get to do everything. In football or anything else, you have a set position, you get set skills. Rugby, you get to do everything. You get a kick, you get a run, you get a catch, and you get a hit. I love hitting.
Palmer is to chiropractic what Sterling is to silver. I mean, that tells what it is. It is the foundation, it is the root, it is where it started.
Basically got into chiropractic through sports. I had a 2nd degree ankle sprain on a Wednesday night my junior year of high school. Went to the ER, got the typical answer. They carried me into my chiropractor's house. We didn't even go to his office, we went to his house. It was like 6 o'clock at night. He adjusted my ankle, I walked out, played Friday night.
I've never played rugby without chiropractic because I've only played rugby at Palmer, but I mean, you got to get adjusted, worked out. We do soft tissue work as well. We don't just set bones. Everybody thinks chiropractors just set bones, but We do everything, PT work, rehab, and it's life-changing.
Just the relationship it's so fluent because, you know, with chiropractic and rugby, they both go hand in hand, and the physical demand of being a rugby player and a chiropractor, and it's just, yeah, it goes well.
The brain, the nervous system control the entire body. And if it's not functioning properly, you're not going to function properly.
Our philosophy is that you get your head on right, you get adjusted, you take care of yourself. Well, I'll tell you what, whatever you demonstrate is a byproduct of what you take care of. Above, down, inside out. We'd encourage the philosophy or a way of looking at sport. Like saying, if you're in alignment, surely if you were in alignment, you'd play in alignment. And if you were out of alignment, well then surely the team would play out of alignment. So we made sure we were in alignment. So we got adjusted before and during halftime we'd get adjusted, and we get adjusted after the game. Why? To stay in alignment. And when you're in alignment, well then all 15 start to play together as one.
Chiropractic kept us on the field. Rugby is an extremely physical game. And if we don't correct what we damage during the game, you know, we wouldn't be able to compete at the level that we do. One of the coolest parts was we would actually adjust the other team after we abused them too.
I think the scholarship program just brings those high class, high caliber, high level rugby players that maybe otherwise wouldn't be able to come in and, you know, and play.
The campus is diverse as it is, even without the team. But these players, like it's another funnel for players to come in.
Well, I think it's just a great draw. I mean, they come in, they're great players. They go back and they spread the word to a lot of people that wouldn't hear it in Africa and Europe and all these places. So I think having them it's just great. It brings some diversity, and it spreads chiropractic to a lot of areas that might not have it.
You know, we have people that come to play rugby at Palmer from all over the world. Okay, now they want to become a great chiropractor, all right, and that's why they come to Palmer, all right, but some of these guys are also coming because they want to play great rugby. Okay, and so as that brings them in, it also brings in a whole bunch of other students to play rugby there that aren't on scholarships or weren't offered any scholarships to come and play. But they said, wow, you know, I heard these guys are great at this sport, man, I'm going to go give it a try. And it sounds like a lot of fun, you know, and it is a lot of fun.
Very many people come to the United States to study, and I think that's pretty much on a worldly thing. And these guys end up going back to their home countries and send other people. You know, the rugby lifestyle, and especially the chiropractic lifestyle, is just almost an addicting type thing, is that people really embrace that.
The players that I was introduced to were high-profile players. Our coach was an All Black, and a number of the other players were international players throughout the world, and they were so willing to teach us the game of rugby. And they were so excited, and they were full of energy and excitement, not only about rugby, but about chiropractic.
When I was at school, there was 52 countries represented within the 4 classes that comprised our year.
We are so thankful for D.D. Palmer, and even more thankful for B.J. Palmer. And then, of course, David Palmer, who perpetuated this philosophy and said, we're going to create something new. You mean nobody's interested in rugby? Well, we are. And he brought kids from all over the world to this little town in Davenport, Iowa, and said, we're going to put them on the map. Not only for rugby, but for chiropractic too.
It was these international players taught us how to play the game and the techniques that we were able to use. That was the reason why I think we won the national championships, because we had the great coaching, the great training.
That's been just probably one of the greatest experiences. You know, if you wanted to learn anything, and I've learned this now that I'm in practice, and if I want to get into something, you go find somebody that's good at it. You know, that's really how you do it. And you get somebody that's good at it, and you go with them, and you do it at that level. And that's the nice thing about it, and that's just what it takes you into your practice then too. You know, you take it to a whole nother level. Everyone's down, you know, thinking these little things like that. You don't even think that way. You think up here, and they teach you maybe the little secrets too. You know, don't fret on these other things over here. Really, this is what you have to focus on. This is what you have to do. And then that was just astronomical.
It really means a lot to me, you know. I mean, you know, a lot of people talk about, you know, friendships they made in you know, in schools and things like that. And, you know, it's a lot different when, you know, you've really bled with these guys, you know, and you lived with these guys on the road, and, you know, you had to, you know, suffer through all these hardships together, you know, and the bond is very strong between us all.
The real key to Palmer Rugby is the alumni. It's the support. It's when I played, you know, when I was in school, a lot of the alumni would come around and give us support, and, you know, it was I can't explain it. It's just some sort of camaraderie that is innate in everyone.
But the rugby program for me certainly was the outlet that I needed to kind of escape some of the pressures, and it is a very tough program to become a doctor of chiropractic. And that's kind of was my release, and I think without it, I don't think that I would have probably been able to get through the chiropractic program.
I mean, just with the tradition at the school. It's the oldest school, the first chiropractic school, and chiropractics has really helped me with sports, any sports injury I've ever had. It's been my first priority to get adjusted first, and it's just been an amazing path.
Palmer Rugby means getting a winning program, continuing a winning program, spreading the word of chiropractic, which is natural health care.
I mean, as long as we keep playing and the brotherhood stays strong, that's all that matters. I mean, you stick together, it's like a family, and it's just going to get better and better.
Basically, with the future of Palmer Rugby, I want to see it to continue to grow. It's great every year to get the newsletters, you know, go to a few games and watch how we're among the elite.
We're trying to get, you know, the alumni in different regions involved, going to tournaments, you know, talking at local clubs, and so we're establishing programs there throughout the country where all our alumni are established. Internationally, we even have a lot of alumni internationally, but the biggest thing is just locally, you know, within the states, and just getting people involved in that.
And I think the future outlook is fantastic, and I really feel we need to get more great chiropractors, and rugby is just the greatest avenue to do that with.
Rugby, I don't know if you know, is the fastest growing sport in America right now. It's growing faster than soccer, lacrosse, and all these other sports. And that's only going to help Palmer, because more people are going to be interested in having a profession and playing a sport that they love. I mean, I played for 35 years, still playing, and it just, the benefits are just tremendous. So I see Palmer Rugby getting better and better every single year, getting higher caliber athletes coming to school, people interested in playing the game of rugby at Palmer because they want to be a chiropractor, not just because of the rugby program.
Rugby to Palmer is spreading the word of chiropractic, and we go around to tournaments, and like we have here, we have tents set up where you can get adjusted and get checked out, and we're spreading the good word about chiropractic.
Right now, the future looks very bright for rugby at Palmer. The Board of Trustees and essentially the school is on the same page as us, okay? They want us to promote Palmer Rugby, promote Palmer College, okay? And to us, that's always been the same thing. It's so relieving to know that we have the full support of the school and the board. I mean, I think it's fantastic.
As we move forward, we don't worry about the future because the future will take care of itself as long as we take care of the present. One little story. We used to do a little thing called cross scroll. We used to do this little thing. 30 years later, last year, a guy from Dubuque, Iowa comes up to me and he goes, "What was that little funny thing you guys had us psyched out? What was that bloody little thing you did?" I said, "Well, that was just synchronizing us to all work as one." So we all got adjusted before the game. We all got adjusted after the game, all to synchronize us all as one. So we were all on the same page, heading in the same direction. Win or lose, don't worry about that. Let's all focus on working together as a team. And that's what we think Palmer College of Rugby is all about, working as a team. And when people come and play, young men, we mold them as a team. How? Integrity, honesty, and trust. Another way we say that in chiropractic is faith, confidence, and belief. Another way we say that in chiropractic is above down, inside out.
Thank you for taking the time to learn a little bit about Palmer College and Palmer Rugby. If you're interested in attending Palmer College of Chiropractic or want to learn a little bit more about the scholarship program, I urge you to contact their admissions department.